Hi, it's me again. I'm going to do this podcast on the actual um, pay per view of Stomping Grounds. The show. So before I get on to the show, I'm just gonna talk about the very low attendance there. Um, I saw a picture of they actually had to put down sheets, so they blocked off a section of the arena, and there was just tons of seats not filled. So they kind of pushed all the people to like where the hard camera was facing, so it looked like there was loads of people there. Um, yeah, like that's really bad. For the for a pay per view. But like you could see it on SmackDown and Raw as well. Yeah, like you could actually see it on the TV. Like the empty seats, like it's getting really bad, and I really hope they like bring up the people in seats like with more interesting storylines and better booking and all that. So the first match on the card was Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. Um, so this match was like better than I expected. Like the crowd were into it probably because it was the first match of the night, and they just wanted to see Becky Lynch beat Lacey Evans. Um, yeah, it was better than I expected because like Becky came out strong, and then Lacey kind of worked on her limbs, but then Becky came back. But like honestly, as as better than I expect, as better it was than I expected. Like it still wasn't a great match because I don't think Lacey Evans is a good enough wrestler to like fight for the Raw Women's Championship, and now she's fighting with Baron Corbin in a mixed tag team match against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins for the Raw Women's and Universal Championships at Extreme Rules. We'll get on to that later. But I was pretty pleased with this match because, yeah, and Becky tapped out Lacey Evans straight away. Um, I thought that was pretty good to show that Becky's finisher was strong. So yeah. So on to the second match is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Xavier Woods and Big E, the New Day. This personally for me was the best match of the night. It Kevin came out of the blocks, just super kicked Big E off the apron, started super kicking Xavier Woods, went for a swanton bomb, and then got a near fall, and Sammy came in and did like a blue thunder bomb, and they were just getting near falls, and I thought that was really good because like you don't normally see that in tag team match. Normally they just start up with a lockup and like kind of just have the person in the corner until the person gets a hot tag. Um, but this was really good. Quick pace match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were working on Xavier Woods for a while, and then then Big E got the hot tag, and yeah, he just did his stuff like suplexes, his splash thing when he runs, uh, like he runs into the ropes like the Rock does when he sets up for a people's elbow. Um, when like then um like Sami Zayn got a near fall and it was high paced, and then Kevin Owens uh Sami Zayn got Big E and hit him with a haluva kick and put it into a pump up power bomb, and like they got a near fall out of that, and then the New Day did the Midnight Hour and they got a near fall after that. And then the finish of the match was when uh, New Day looked like they were going to win, and Big E speared Sami Zayn through the ropes, and then Kevin Owens hit Xavier Woods with a stunner and got the win, which I'm not sad about this finish at all. Honestly, I didn't really care that much who won because they kind of both need a win. But this was the best match of the night. This was a really good match, and I was really pleased with this match. And obviously, the crowd were in it. So the third match is Samoa Joe vs Ricochet for the United States Championship. I thought this was like the second best match of the night. It was a really good match. Samoa Joe just kept on. He was kept on working on Ricochet and kept him down so he couldn't do his springboard stuff and high flying, and then when Ricochet got that, he did like a load of moves his springboard clothesline and his I don't know what that suicide dive's called, like when he jumps over the ropes and turns in an angle and jumps on Samoa Joe. I thought that was pretty cool. It was pretty back and forth after that, and when Samoa Joe got Ricochet into the Coquina clutch, I thought Ricochet was going to go for like the Barrett and Stone Cold when he runs up the turnbuckle and pins him. But he actually jumped over the ropes and like stunned him, and then went for the 630 and missed, and then he got him with an Inzaguri and got the 630 and got the 1-2-3, and there was a great pop at the end, and it was pretty much well deserved for Ricochet, and then he celebrated that win like it meant everything for him, and then when he went backstage, he just he just started like hugging Seth Rollins and Otis and for some reason Charlotte was there. And then Triple H gave him a hug. It was kind of showing his like NXT roots and all that. Yeah, so I was really happy that Ricochet won, and it kind of gets rid of Joe from the mid card, so he can move up the card into the Universal and WWE Championship picture. So the next match is Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. This was like this was an average match, but it was better because it was taken over by the crowd. Since it was in Washington, the crowd was going mad for Daniel Bryan, and that just made the match better, and that made me enjoy this match way more than I should have. Rowan and Daniel were just doing like typical keeping the baby face in the corner until they get the hot tag, which they did. But whenever one of the guys from Heavy Machinery hit Daniel Bryan, the crowd would boom. And even one of the guys from, I think it's Tucker, he's actually from Washington. They started booing him. I thought that was pretty funny, but anyway. So the finish of the match was Daniel Bryan got a roll up on Tucker and won the match for them. Yeah, so I'm kind of happy with this finish because I want Daniel Bryan and Rowan to have a longer reign, and great atmosphere for Daniel Bryan. That's really all I can say for this. So the next match was Bailey versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I the crowd weren't into this much because obviously they kind of worn out after chanting for Daniel Bryan, the last match. But honestly, I don't think there was much to chant about because this was pretty much an average match. Wasn't much exciting. I knew it was gonna be quick, and I knew like what was gonna happen in the end. Uh, when Nikki Cross got involved in the match. Bailey went for a suicide dive, and Alexa Bliss pushed Nikki Cross into it, and then Alexa Bliss threw Bailey into the steel steps and set her up for the twist of bliss. And then Nikki Cross came in the ring, and the referee and Alexa Bliss got distracted. And then Bailey went for the Bailey to belly from the top rope, and Bliss reversed it. And then she went for the twist of bliss, and Bailey reversed that. And then Bailey hit the Bailey to belly then. And I kind of expected Bailey to win this match. I knew what was going to happen this match. This was pretty predictable. I didn't really enjoy it that much because I knew what was going to happen, but still, it was an average match. Probably could have had it. You probably could have had it on a Raw or a SmackDown. So, yeah. So the next match is Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage for the WWE Championship. Honestly, I was bored out of my head in this match. I really didn't enjoy this match that much. It was slow, a lot of headlocks, and they were up on the cage a lot, but they weren't they were up in the cage. They were sitting on the cage, but they weren't trying to go down. They were just hitting each other, and they weren't really trying to attempt to go down, which I kind of found stupid. But the finish of the match, I thought was pretty cool. When Dolph Ziggler was going, he was crawling out the cage. Kofi saw that, and he jumped through the ropes and touched the his 2 feet on the floor. I thought that was a really creative finish. That was pretty unexpected. You kind of knew Kofi was gonna win, but you kind of didn't expect him to win in that fashion. But I thought it was pretty good. I might be a bit too harsh in this match. The match wasn't all bad. The end was pretty good when they were hitting their finishers. But yeah, um, I didn't enjoy it that much. But for the next match, is Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship, and Baron Corbin can pick his special guest referee. I was so excited for who was going to be the special guest referee. Then when I found out, I got absolutely annoyed out of my head. See, leading up to this was Seth Rollins was just hitting a chair and anybody who wanted to be special guest referee. So Baron Corbin made a smart idea and making it a woman and making it Lacey Evans. And I found this the worst match of the night, and so did the fans as well from the reaction. They just started chanting AEW or CM Punk or even Ring of Honor. So Corbin was mainly controlling this match because Lacey Evans kept on changing the rules. In the middle of the match, she made it no countouts when Baron Corbin got set through a table, and Seth Rollins said count it, and she wouldn't. And and then when Baron Corbin started hitting Seth Rollins with the chair, She changed it to no disqualification with obviously set up Becky Lynch running in and started beating up Lacey Evans. And then when Baron Corbin hit Seth Rollins with what was it? I think it was a deep six. He said I want the referee, and then he got John Cone, the referee that screwed in the last pay per view at Super Showdown. So he like warned him not to screw him over, and then Seth Rollins kicked out, and then he hit a curb stomp, and yeah, that was the match. And Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins started celebrating at the end, but I didn't really enjoy this match. But it was obviously setting up to the next tag team match for Extreme Rules next month, which is for the Universal and Women's Championship. Like winner takes all match. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to that. Anyway, yeah, and I will. That's all I'm gonna say for this pay per view, and yeah, like it was a good pay per view up until Bailey versus Alexa Bliss for me. Yeah, and then it went kind of just like, alright, yeah, and then bad. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for this pay per view, and I will see you next time.